All right, in this video, I'm just going to show how the schedule works and how it's going to be viewed out in the press room, how to rearrange the schedule, and the visual cues in the schedule itself. So over on the main screen here, you go up to production and you go down to production scheduler. Now this page here is going to be broken up by hours, by day, by equipment. The box here, the floating box, is all the jobs that are in the system. And as you can see, all the jobs are sitting over here. That's because if a job is in today's queue that does not get finished, it's going to roll back into the unscheduled job. So it's very important to follow the schedule, make sure the schedule is accurate, and that jobs are getting closed out appropriately so they're not flowing back into the unscheduled jobs and having to be rescheduled. One thing you can do is auto schedule or unschedule. When you auto schedule, it's going to put all the jobs in the process where they need to be based on due date. So earliest due date will be first. And once you do that, you will now see that all of the jobs have flown into today's date and on. But you see that some of them have stayed over in the unscheduled jobs portion. That's because these jobs have something, this process here that's not scheduled yet. But what you can do is you can take this, you can grab that for that job and just move it to the schedule itself. And then once you save it, it will be in the schedule. So you would take that, move it to the 3500, and then you would save it. And if I was to refresh this page, now that job would be off of the unscheduled. But if you click on here, you can see all the processes that are involved in that order. Now, if you want to move things around, you can zoom in. If you look at the bottom right of the screen, you can zoom into the days and get a little more granular on the hours that are showing. If you move your cursor over a job, it will give you some job details. And then from there, you can grab it, click it, drag it to wherever you wanted to place it. Or the other thing you can do is go into the list screens at the bottom, which I'll show you in a second. But if you see the different colors here, you can see how this one's yellow. There's orange as well. It means that they are currently being tracked. So the yellow job means that somebody is currently tracking on that. So it's just a quick visual cue of seeing where things stand. If you click on the process, you can change the resources and some other information on that process. Just make sure you don't delete it. Down at the bottom left here where it's a plus symbol, kind of like the zoom, if you click this, you're going to add a new process to the schedule at the bottom, which we want to kind of stay away from. So if you go to the list screen, the first page that pops up again, this is everything that's being tracked currently. But over in the switch department process up at the top right here, if you need to rearrange stuff that's in the Ag Fagetti one, you would go to here. This is everything that's currently on that schedule. And you can click and drag and just rearrange these orders as need be. And when you rearrange them here, they will rearrange on the production scheduler page. And you can do this for all of the different processes. And obviously, if there's anything in there, it won't show up there. But any and all can go through. And for the QOK process, if you got a green dot over here, that means that this process for this specific equipment or process is QOK to move forward. And then you also have the progress bar here that shows you how long it's scheduled for, how long the process has been tracked on in terms of a bar graph. So a very helpful tool. And again, you can move all this stuff around. And when you move it around in here, it will rearrange in your schedule on the production scheduler.